US President Donald Trump will hold a rally in Michigan to mark his first 100 days in office. Speaking to journalists ahead of his trip, he's reflected on his government's achievements so far.
The border is in great shape. 99.9% came out again today. 99.9. That, I would say, that was my number one thing. The economy would be certainly right up there, and I think it's doing great. We were losing billions and billions of dollars a day with trade, and now I have that down to a very low level, and soon we're going to be making a lot of money. We're going to be reducing people's taxes.
President Trump passed the most executive orders of any president before him in that time and started a global trade war. David Blevins reflects on a tumultuous start to his second term in office.
It's a very busy press room at the White House this morning, marking 100 days. And my goodness, we've had some striking moments during that period of time. Just think back through some of them. Elon Musk in the Oval Office with his child perched on his shoulders. That jaw-dropping showdown in the West Wing between President Trump and President Zelensky. But I think the moment that had most global impact was when the president announced those sweeping tariffs back in April that knocked $2.5 trillion off the markets, and when he then dramatically paused those tariffs, we saw a spike that's been rarely witnessed in the markets since World War II. So not surprisingly, perhaps at the beginning of this day 100, they are touting their economic achievements, claiming to have added 345,000 jobs, claiming that egg prices are down by 50%, and claiming that they've attracted $5 trillion in investment. But I don't think we got answers to the big questions, particularly about the global trade war that's going on between the world's two largest economies, the United States and China. The president has at least implied in recent days that he's talking to his Chinese counterpart. The business secretary there wouldn't get into that. He said that they're not going to talk about who they're talking to. He said Caroline Levitt, the press secretary, and he had many jobs in the White House, but operating the switchboard wasn't one of them. And in terms of timing around any trade deal for the UK or the EU or anywhere else for that matter, they were asked about the uncertainty that's created by the lack of trade deals for anywhere at this stage, and they said certainty is not necessarily a good thing for negotiation. They talked about strategic uncertainty being one of the tools that's used by the president, who they often described during that process as the greatest businessman in the history of America, and certainly the most successful businessman from their point of view to ever hold the office of President of the United States. So they begin this day 100, I suppose, with much focus on the economy, but there are still many questions unanswered.